Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie and this is Unity Consciousness. I'm so glad you stopped by today. We're going to be discussing this week's energy beginning today, the 27th of June, and going through the weekend. We have some very powerful, very intense energy that you most likely you felt creeping in last week. I'd like to break it down because it is going to intensify and more importantly, explain how you can use this energy to your benefit. It does speak of discernment and observation, the powers of observation from the eagle's perch, the healing power of love, and uncertainty, how we handle uncertainty. So let's get started. Today, again, the 27th, we have a lot going on. Mars is conjunct Eris in Eris, and Eris is a dwarf planet, the planet of strife and discord, and planet Neptune goes retrograde tomorrow, so that means Neptune is stationary today. Whenever a planet goes retrograde, the power of this planet is expanded. And I don't know about you, but I am so tired. Neptunian energy, especially when, like I said, getting ready to its stations right now, getting ready to go retrograde tomorrow, can leave you feeling very listless and de-energized. So I know I feel just really like I'm sluggish today, and that you can thank Neptune standing still in the sky for that purpose. But let's get back to the energy. Also, Neptune standing still can not only leave you feeling tired and drained, but the uncertainty of a situation is very profound, and you feel like there is inspiration or there is hope, but you really not sure where. You have this underlying feeling of that, but you're just not sure where it is. And Neptune is the god of the sea. So if you think of it like a body of water, there's a lot going on under the surface, and it's a mystery. It's vast, it's huge, but we don't know a lot about the ocean and its inhabitants. When Neptune stands still, it's just not easy energy at all, which is why I'm doing the video today. Yesterday, boy, oh boy, it was just a crazy collective of very, very, very confusing energy, and I think it has a lot to do with the new moon in Cancer tomorrow, as well as other energies that will be perfected over the course of the week. But you need change, but you're not quite sure how to make that change happen, or what's next. And truly, this is the beginning of the observation phase, I would say to you. So focus on observation and be discerning in that process. And because the new moon is in Cancer, the emotions will be heightened. Watch how things affect you. And if you're in observation mode, you should be able to manage how things affect you and understand that this energy will pass. It's going to be with us for a little bit of time, but it will pass. So over the course of the day, Mars is going to sextile Saturn, which is great news. That's very good energy. It's very stabilizing energy. Saturn is long-term goals and taking responsibility, and when the planet Mars action and is sextile Saturn, that really is going to allow us to have patience, use our better judgment, and get organized. I mean, this afternoon, if you're feeling antsy, like you want to do something, you're not sure what, organize something. This is great energy for organization. And tomorrow, Tuesday, we've got a new moon in Cancer, and Neptune goes retrograde in Pisces. And Neptune will be retrograde until early December, and then in shadow until end of March 2023. And Neptune retrograde, we talked about this a couple of videos ago, but truth will come to the surface. Neptune, again, that watery energy, there's a lot going on under the surface. When Neptune goes retrograde, a lot of the secrets and the things that have been happening under the surface come to known. And spirituality is profound, so we can tap into this if you find yourself getting confused or not quite the reality, I should say, of a situation is just too much. You can tap into your spirituality and allow that to pull you through, but there could be some jolts of reality that, like I said, pop to the surface that that leaves you kind of feeling you're not quite sure what to trust. So, but with the new moon in Cancer, all of this is occurring at the same time, and that new moon is with an orb of Black Moon Lilith. We spoke about that a little bit last video, and Black Moon Lilith is an epigee. It is a much like the nodes. It is the distance between the Earth and the Moon and how it's measured, and so it's not necessarily a planet or a dwarf planet or an asteroid. But it is conjunct the moon. This can speak of vulnerability, darkness, but also gestation. Think of it as the birthing canal between the cosmos, or that's unknown, and the reality of a situation, which is very interesting given the circumstances of the climate we currently find ourselves in. Now, with Eris and Aries in conjunct Mars at the time of this new moon, let's talk about that energy a little bit. 3D Eris energy is, again, that Street Fighter, strife, the planet, dwarf planet of strife and discord, and with that dwarf planet being energized by Mars, and then provoked by Pluto, because Pluto is square Mars at this time, and Mars in Eris are very close to each other. This can make you feel, or feeling at a 3D level, victimized, and continuing the codependency of victimization and needing a savior. So be aware of that, because a 5D Eris understanding, which is again energized by Mars, which will be square Pluto, this is Phoenix. This is absolute Phoenix energy, rising from the ashes, learning lessons as you drilled down that square to Pluto, and understanding, stepping into that wisdom, and not going back to the victimization mode, and taking actions that change outcomes, changing your perception first, and then changing outcomes. And by drawing on those positive qualities, or the 5-dimensional energies of Eris, as well as being Black Moon Lilith is in there too. Again, that's that birth canal. We can really birth a whole new understanding, a whole new perception of circumstances. So please understand that the energy is there. And if you have the ability, regardless of how provoked you are in some of these situations, to rise above it, get that eagle's perch perspective and rise above that 3-dimensional energy, and really root yourself in that Phoenix rising, and using a very wise, discerned methodology of understanding, so you can make some big changes and positively affect the outside world. So again, that new moon there's a lot going on at the new moon. It is square Jupiter. So it expands the energy. That's why it's important to resonate with the 5-dimensional energy, because Jupiter is squared here. And you may not like the outcome. When Jupiter squares anything, you may have set yourself up for failure, or if there's a determined outcome, preconceived outcome that you wanted at a specific time, and you don't see it, you can really feel dissatisfied, which will lead to more uncertainty. This too shall pass. Remember, this is a new moon in Cancer. This energy will pass. It's going to be with us for a little bit of time, but let's try to find some meaning in uncertainty for sure, and some direction at a 5-dimensional level. This is a new moon in Cancer, so it's important that we take care of ourselves. Cancer is truly a very emotional water sign, but it's also a caregiver. It's also, the archetype mother that is mindful of herself and others. So let's take care of ourselves and work with this energy to be less reactive, and try to understand your emotions. So emotions are a very good thing. And when you have the ability to be a witness to your emotions without an outward explosion of them, those emotions can help you transform the manner in which you respond to a situation. Your emotions don't necessarily have to have a grip on you when you validate those emotions and you sit with those emotions and you appreciate those emotions versus like pushing them down. So allow your emotions to rise to the surface and, be in the feels of those emotions, but don't let them control you. And by doing that, by just acknowledging and validating those emotions and being kind to yourself, again, self-care is very important here, you can mitigate that feeling that that emotion is creating for you. Now, there's a lot going on now. And at the time of this moon, but it's going to perfect later in the week, Mars, which is in Eris, is going to square Pluto. And Pluto and Capricorn. And we've talked about Pluto and Capricorn before, and this is top-down authority. This is what is falling away, folks. Keep in mind, this is falling away. And it's very intense. We're talking about the planets that are the modern day ruler and ancient ruler of Scorpio. So it's under the surface, it's secrets, it's taboo, it's all of that. So it also is deep desire for change. So Mars squaring Pluto is, I need to have change and I need to have it now, like right now. I mean, I can't take it anymore. Something's got to give. But again, be mindful. Let's tap into that five-dimensional Eris, which is very near Mars in Aries. So let's tap into that five-dimensional Eris attitude of rising from the ashes. Let's not make the same mistake twice. Speaking of that, and I say this with all due respect and care, the last time that Mars was square Pluto to this degree was on January 6th of 2021. So we really don't want repeats here. What can you do to promote a positive outcome? Be mindful of the triggers that are surrounding us and use your will to strategically transform yourself. Again, that five-dimensional Eris quality. Tap into it. Stay in that five-dimensional energy. Now, at the end of the week, this is all early week, and like I said, that Mars-Pluto square is going to reach a crescendo near the end of the week. And at the same time, we've got Mercury, which is in Gemini, is going to trine Saturn, which is in Aquarius. And I do love this energy. It allows us, if we get up on that eagle's perch, this is going to allow us to take that broad, big picture view of things and take responsibility for ourselves and see how we fit into the collective in a positive light. And understand that being confident and wise, again, confident and wise, not repeating things, we can produce positive outcomes and changes. That's for sure. And they'll be measured because we're talking, it's a trine to Saturn, responsibility, determination, positive outcomes for the long haul. Saturn is all about long term. Big, take a step back, global perspective for the long haul. We can tap into this energy. Then just a little bit later, Mercury is going to square Neptune, which is retrograde. So that, the mixed messaging comes back in, wishy-washy communications. So if you're speaking with someone, there could be, like I said, you're not quite sure which way the ball is bouncing here, and you're not sure if the information you're getting is accurate. Please wait a couple of days. Mercury moves rather quickly, and so that energy will clear up, and it won't take long. So in summary, let's just say, and I'm sorry this is going so long today, I knew it would, but healing comes when we use our actions to secure long-term goals. Take responsibility for yourself, take responsibility for your choices, but also for the collective. What type change would you like to instill? What do you want to change? Use that 5D Eris energy, rise like the phoenix, but make changes for the long term. And understand that being confident and wise, not inflammatory and responsive, and choose your reaction. If you act accordingly, tap into that Saturn energy, it does show healthy self-respect. That's what we're looking for here at the time of the new moon. Act from integrity, and when you do that, you'll gain healthy self-respect. And all of the elements this week will really allow you to anchor in healthy self-respect. So, to remember, if things start getting a little crazy, be wise. Let's not repeat. You don't have to. We're wiser now. We understand things a little bit differently, and we can use things to our advantage and rise like that phoenix. Self-care is important. We've got Neptune today, stationary, drawing, all kinds of energy out of us. We're just really exhausted. And then we've got this new moon in Cancer with heightened emotions. Self-care is important. Take time out for yourself. And don't ever hesitate to fly up to that eagle's perch. Be like the Scorpio, actually. One of the animals that represent Scorpio is an eagle. So root in that energy and get up on that eagle's perch and get that higher perspective and wait for that higher perspective to come in. If you're disillusioned, if you're not quite sure, it's better to pause. Get on that eagle's perch and just start looking around. Read the room, read the energy, and then wait for that opportunity to capitalize for long-term goals. And in the meantime, try not to project onto others and get them further inflamed. It's very difficult now because the passions run so high. Root in you with those emotions, understand your emotions, sit with those emotions so it can mitigate, so they don't have such a hold on you. And that way you don't have to project onto others and further inflame them. We can be smarter this time, that's for sure. And stay away from the three-dimensional Eris energy, root in that five-dimensional Eris energy, and rise like the phoenix to change things for the better for the long haul. Well, that's all I have for you this week. It is a powerful week, and it's going to be a powerful summer. We've got the Pluto return date coming up right around the corner, the second hit of that. So I expect things are going to be intense. Now is the time for us to be comfortable in the unknown, in uncertainty. Use five-dimensional energy, tap into your intuition, and let that lead you. Like I said, let's rise like the phoenix and create a better tomorrow for everybody. If you like this video, please click the like button. If there's somebody that you believe could be helped by this video, please share it with them. And if you would, please subscribe. You'll know when the videos are being dropped. Thank you so much. I will be with you all week long. Namaste.